Today on Stock Charts in Focus, it's the season of giving, so we've got gifts for you with new tools and features rolling out all across the Stock Charts website with our latest product launch, codenamed Camino. We're going to dig into all the details, show you how you can learn more about all that's included in this latest product release here at the end of 2022. And specifically, you're going to walk away with new charts and new scans for your Stock Charts account. We're going to dig into two of the features from this latest release, the sample chart gallery and the sample scan library. So lots to cover on the show today. Of course, you know what it is. It's all new. It's all here. It's Stock Charts in Focus. All right, my friends, welcome to the show, Stock Charts in Focus. Of course, our product focus show here on the channel where we dig into the site, dive into the tools, show you around the features, and help you get more value out of Stock Charts. That's our mission here every Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, up on the live channel, also up on our YouTube channel after that, and the on-demand platform at StockChartsTV.com. You've got lots of ways to watch. My name is Grayson Roze, Vice President of Operations here at StockCharts.com. It is great to be with you for a pretty exciting show here on Stock Charts TV. We've just rolled out a brand new product release. We've got a whole collection of tools and features, improvements, enhancements, updates coming across the entire Stock Charts website. Now, we've talked about this a lot on the show this year. We've kind of changed in 2022 the way that the team is rolling out changes to the website, whether it's new additions, new tools, new features, or updates to existing things. We're batching things up and we're putting them all together in these different product releases. This is our third major product launch of 2022. We have codenamed those in alphabetical order based on areas around the Seattle area, the greater Seattle area, where Stock Charts is located. So we had our first one earlier this year. That was our spring launch, codenamed Alki. We've had Bainbridge after that in the summer. And now, right at the end of the fall, sneaking in under the wire, we have our Camino product launch. So what that means for you is another round of exciting tools, updates, new things to explore, new enhancements to your Stock Charts workflow, whether it's data, charting tools, visualizations, even, as we're going to show off today, sample scans, sample charts, very, very cool stuff that's just rolled out. So on the show today, we're going to dig into the release notes for the new release. We touched on some of this stuff briefly last week. We actually gave you a little bit of an exclusive sneak peek at some things on last week's show. But this week, as things start to roll out, we're actually showing you everything that is live on the site. So specifically, we're going to take a look at those release notes, show you how to learn more about everything that's included in this Camino launch, but we're also going to take a look at two of my favorites from this new release. That's going to be, as we mentioned, the sample chart gallery and the sample scan library. That means you're actually going to walk away from today's show with new charts, new scans, things that you can save right into your own Stock Charts account and start to use here at the end of the year and, of course, as 2023 picks up. So very exciting stuff. We're going to dive into it. Let's jump over to the site and get going. Okay, everyone. So here we are on our charts and tools page. Of course, you can get here by going up to the top left corner of any page around the Stock Charts website, hit charts and tools, and this is the page that you are going to see. Now, this page itself has actually gotten a little bit of an update for this new product launch. You're going to see things look a little bit different. You actually now have 3 columns of tools, so it's a little bit wider. We've added this nice little explanation at the top of this page of kind of what this charts and tools page is. This really is our charts and tools directory. It's all of the tools and features and things that you can access around the entire Stock Charts website, kind of all in one place. So whether you're a free user or you're a paid member, this page has a ton here for you. Now, the reason that we're starting here today is that all of the new features that have rolled out for this latest product launch can be found on this page. You can also access these from the members dashboard. If you are logged into your account, you can jump over to the dashboard. In the member tools section of that dashboard that sits over on the left side of the page, you can scroll through that to access some of these tools. but you can access them here from the Charts and Tools page as well. The other thing that you can access from this page is our What's New page, which is going to be crucial for you as you dive in, go access those release notes and read up more on the new tools and features that have launched here with the Kameno release. So as we scroll through this page, actually, you're going to see over on the right-hand side, you do have some quick links. There's a whole bunch of stuff over on this right-hand side that is listed as new. You can also see those same new tabs with the cards in the center. So things like our new options page, things like our new earnings calendar. Scheduled scans have gotten an update, so we put a new tag back on that. There's a new feature that's rolled out for scheduled scans, the ability to actually schedule those on any day of the week. Very cool stuff. We've got our sample chart gallery and our sample scan library. That's what we're going to dig into on today's show. You can see those also have the new label. So as you scroll through this page, you will get a sense of kind of what's new with this new release. But down at the bottom under education and support, we have a card for what's new. Now this is where you can go to actually learn more about all of the different tools and features, things that have actually happened on StockCharts, not just recently, but over the last couple of years. You can also get here by going to stockcharts.com/new. Super simple if you want to type in that link and head there directly. To access that What's New page, just got to click that link on the card and you are going to be on our What's New page to see everything that is going on. So when you're here, there's a new card right at the top of this page that says New Tools and Features just launched with our Kameno product launch. You can get a sense of kind of some of the things that have rolled out with that latest product launch. But if you want the full details, you can actually click right into that page and jump over to the release notes. So let's do that now. We'll head over to those release notes and see what's new. So here on our Kameno release notes, these new product release notes that we have put together for you, you can read up on all the tools and features and enhancements that have rolled out with this latest launch. For each one, we've got sort of the highlights up here for some of the bigger features. You can actually read up on what these do, get a sense of kind of what they look like and how things work with the screenshots that are there as well. Some of these also have little animations that kind of give you a quick demo of what these things look like. So for our mobile app, you can get a sense of kind of what has been added there with the new mobile app that's been released. For things like our earnings calendar, you can actually see that in action with the little animation right there. There's a huge collection of tools and features that have just launched. So we're going to dig into two of them on today's show to give you a quick run through though, and then kind of let you do your own homework, read up on things with our release notes. We have added a brand new mobile app for iOS devices. This has been a customer request for a long time, so I am thrilled to see StockCharts finally in the App Store. For StockCharts members, we now have the ability to download the StockCharts mobile app right to your iOS device. You can check up on the markets with real-time data. You can access your saved charts with all of your chart lists and even look things up on the fly using any of your saved chart styles. Very, very cool. And this really is just version 1 of the app. We've got even more features coming very soon. Plus, of course, the Android app is going to be soon behind. So very, very cool with the new StockCharts mobile app. Definitely hit that download button if you have an iOS device, whether it's an iPhone or a tablet, anything like that, an iPad. Give that a download, take a look, and have fun charting on the go with that new StockCharts mobile app. We've expanded our earnings coverage with a brand new earnings calendar. Not only gives you report dates for things that are coming up in the near future, but also gives you reported results for everything that has reported recently for the past quarter. So you can actually dig into results for some of those companies that have reported top line and bottom line. You can compare those to estimates, see which companies have beat, see which companies have missed. You can even sort by everything, save things right from that page. It's very, very cool. I will stop here for a quick second and say, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be digging into a lot more of these features individually. So we're giving you kind of the Cliff's Notes here on today's show. And then we're going to dig into two of my favorites, like I said, sample chart gallery and that scan library as well. In addition to expanding our earnings calendar coverage, earnings data coverage, we've also added more support for options coverage with 2 new options summary pages. We have a standalone options page that allows you to pull up an underlying security and see all of the contracts that branch off that, puts, calls, the complete chains table. Very, very cool to have that. And we've added a new chart list view for all you SharpCharts users. You can actually save any symbol to a chart list and then pull up the new options view. And if that underlying security has options on it, you'll be able to quickly flip through the options view there for any saved symbols in your chart list. If you've got a watch list or a portfolio list full of stocks, this is very helpful. A great way to actually pull up options data for those underlying stocks. Same with ETFs, that holds true as well. So very, very excited to expand our options coverage. Like I said, we've expanded the scheduled scans feature. Very, very cool feature. One of my favorites, actually. We highlighted this on the show last week. That feature has actually gotten a big boost now. You can schedule your scans on specific days of the week. For a long time, we've had custom timing, so you could schedule your scans at specific times of day. Now you've got even more control. You can schedule those on specific days. So for instance, if you have a scan that you really only want to run on Fridays after the close, you can do that. You just select Friday from the little menu that's built in there, and you can actually schedule those scans to be just 1 day a week. Very, very cool. Really excited to have that on the site. Sample chart gallery, we're going to save for a second, but we've got a whole collection of charts you can save right into your account or just start using as is. Very cool stuff. And we've done the same thing with the sample scan library. So you're going to see that you don't have to write scans anymore. If you want to just come to the library and pick some of the popular ones that can really start to work for you, you can either run those as is or edit them. You're going to see that in just a second. In ACP, we've also got a couple of exciting new features. One of my favorites is the Detachable Annotations panel. So you now have the ability to take that Annotations panel from the left side of the screen, detach that with a quick little click, as you can see in this animation, and that will turn the Annotations panel into this kind of floating little widget. Now the cool thing is that you can actually drag that off the screen, whether it's to the side or down to the bottom. That gives you the ability to annotate your ACP charts at full width. You can really take advantage of as much screen real estate as you have. Keep that annotations panel open, just kind of drag it off the screen at the bottom. You can do your drawings, you can pull it back up when you need it. It's right there for you. It's very, very cool. I've had a great chance to play around with that over the last couple of weeks, and I am loving that feature. So excited to bring it to all of you. In ACP, another really cool feature that we've added is the ability to maximize indicator panels. Again, as you can see with this little animation, with just a quick click of an icon in the chart legends, you can blow up a specific indicator on your ACP charts. So if you're like me and you like to stack a bunch of indicators on your charts, you can actually focus in on just one of those at a time by just hovering over the chart legend, give the little maximize icon a click. That's going to blow that up, and you can really just kind of focus on that one indicator at a time. This is great for kind of focusing your analysis, right? If you've got a ton of indicators on your charts, you can often get lost in the data. But by maximizing those indicators and just looking at one plus price at the same time, you can really kind of focus your analysis. So very, very cool. And then it's really easy to just close those back down. Again, that animation does a great job of kind of showing you how things work. So some very cool features in ACP. And those really are just the highlights. So down here on the at the kind of bottom of those release notes, you can also read through some of the other things that we've done. The advanced alert editor, similar to what we have on the scan workbench, that's now available. We've expanded our SharpCharts coverage. The chart list for SharpCharts now include dividend data right in that summary view. And we've done a whole bunch more. Some other very, very cool features in ACP, for instance, you can right click on your charts to open up a little actions menu. That is a fantastic feature if you want to save those or create alerts on the fly, edit settings, things like that. Really, really nice to have that. And for some quick settings, we also have a new gears icon in the bottom right corner of your ACP charts. You can open that up, change things like dividend adjustments. You can invert your charts on the fly, change between logarithmic and arithmetic scaling, and access the chart settings. So some great features that we've brought to ACP as well. Lots and lots in here. As you can see, you can read up on all of that with these release notes. So that's your little bit of homework for today. Definitely go check out that What's New page. Again, stockcharts.com/new. You can access that from the Charts and Tools page, also from the Member Tools area of your dashboard. But definitely come over here, read up on everything that's new, see what fits into your workflow, see what stands out to you, what might be interesting, And from this page for some of these specific features, these big features, you can actually access those from right here. Now, before we dive into the sample chart gallery, one quick note, things are kind of in progress. We got so many changes across every corner of the website that by the time we actually launch this show, things might still be rolling out a little bit. So if some of these features aren't quite there yet, rest assured they will be there in the next couple of days as things start to roll out. A little bit in flux, but we're just so excited to get all this stuff into your hands. We're rolling things out, kind of doing things on the fly here. But these features you can read up again on all of them here with these release notes. Really, really helpful to have this out. The mobile app is out now, so you can definitely go get that one. And all of these other features will be there in the next couple of days if they're not already. Now, two of the ones that I am so excited to highlight on today's show, going to be kind of our focus for the rest of the show. Again, the sample chart gallery and the sample scan library. So we're going to sit here for just a second. I want to kind of explain the background on why we've brought these features out. For a long time, we've had people say, I love StockCharts, but I see all these people doing these incredible things, setting up their charts in these crazy ways, and I can't figure it out. How do I get my charts to look like that? Or I hear these experts talking about these scans that they're running to find their stocks, and they've got their particular criteria, and they're all these different candlestick patterns and technical moves. How do I write these scans to find those specific stocks or funds that are meeting those things? Where do I get started with scanning? Well, to address both of those things, we've released two new features for you that really streamline the kind of StockCharts learning process. Frankly, even if you know StockCharts like the back of your hand, even if you know the ins and outs of the charting workbenches and the ins and outs of the entire scanning engine, these features are still going to be fantastic for you. With the sample chart gallery and the sample scan library, we're bringing charts and scans right to you with no need to set anything up. We're putting these libraries and these galleries right in front of you. You can browse through collections of charts or collections of scans and run those, edit those, save those, use them as is, use them as a template to start customizing your own, save them to your account, whatever you want to do with them. We're saying, hey, here's a ton of pre-formatted, pre-built stuff for you that you can just start with. So this is really kind of lowering the bar for getting started with StockCharts, and not just getting started at a basic level, but actually, as you're going to see, getting started at a pretty high level. So that's kind of the background. Again, we want to make StockCharts as easy to use as possible. These features are really intended to do that. We're going to start with the sample chart gallery. We'll jump over there now. Take a look at how easy it is to get started with some amazing charts that, again, you can use as is, save to your account, start using these, explore them, anything you want to do, they're right there for you. So from these release notes, just give that See More button a click and you'll be off to the races. After we take a look at the sample chart gallery, we'll jump back to the charts and tools page, show you how to access both of these from there as well, and we'll take a look at the sample scan library. So here we are on the sample chart gallery. Again, the idea here is to give you charts that you can start with. You can use these as a template to build your own more advanced charts if you want to add additional indicators or features or change anything. Or you can just use these as is. They are great starters. They're really chart templates that you can bring into your own workflow. Now we've organized everything into a whole bunch of different categories. You can see those right across the top. And if you do want to jump to any category, just give that a click. It'll scroll you right down the page. You can also search for different things, whether it's titles, indicators, experts, you name it, you can search for it right here at the top of the page. So to give you a sense of kind of how easy it is to get started with these, again, all of the charts are right here for you. You can read the title of the chart at the top of the card, and you can also click on any of these to get sort of a full-size preview. So for instance, something here like our sample candlesticks chart, if you want to sort of say, well, what is a sample candlesticks chart? What does that look like? Just give that a click. There you go. You can now study that chart, see some of the features that are included in that. For some of the more simple ones, like simple candlesticks, that really does kind of describe itself just by the title. So we haven't included a description. For some of the more complex ones, like the John Murphy, we've included a little description below that chart to actually tell you kind of some of the different tools and indicators and things like that that are on that chart style. Again, you can click any of these to get a full-size preview. So if you want to preview the John Murphy, give that one a click. You can see the full size chart, get a sense of kind of what that looks like. And then when you're ready to actually use it on your own, you just got to click that big blue button right below the chart, See Live Chart. That's going to take you over to the SharpCharts workbench where you'll actually be able to use that style. It's going to load that exact chart into the SharpCharts workbench, and you're going to be able to change the symbol, save it to your account, save it as a chart style. Anything that you want to do, you can start to use that chart. You don't have to set this chart up from scratch. No settings, no mucking with different indicators and different menus or anything like that. If you want to use John Murphy's charts, there you go. It's right on this page for you. Super, super simple. Now, again, we've got all of these different categories and we've added tons and tons of charts to this page. We've got things like ETF specific chart styles. We've got different strategies in here. So you might, if you're new to charting, you might hear people talking about trend analysis, or I'm a big volume analyst, or I like to look at money flow. I like to think about momentum. Relative strength is important to me. All of those different strategies are covered here. So if you're new to relative strength and you say, well, what does a relative strength chart look like? Well, there you go. There's a chart right here for you that compares the underlying security to the total market index, the underlying security to its specific sector, and the underlying security to its specific industry group. This is kind of a three-tiered relative strength view that you can actually start to use in your own approach. Plus, it's got things like candlesticks, a couple of moving averages, volume, and the StockCharts technical rank on there as well, kind of our own proprietary relative strength indicator. So this chart is created for you out of the box, and if it sort of speaks to you, if you want to bring relative strength into your own approach, again, you can start to use this chart just by giving it a click. All you've got to do, hit that big blue button. It's going to take you over to the workbench. You can start to use that style. Again, we've done this for a ton of categories. We've got time frames in here, things like intraday, daily, weekly, and monthly. Specific trading styles. You know, people hear a lot about day trading versus position trading versus long-term investing. Well, we've got some specific charts that fit into those different styles. We've also got some charts that reflect the different experts that you see on StockCharts TV and the different experts that you read with our different articles around the site. So folks like David Keller, Martin Pring, Julius, myself. We've got Tom Bowley, Gaddis Roze, Aaron Swenlin, Greg Schnell, Chip Anderson, and Dr. Alexander Elder. If you want to pick up any of the charts that we use, any of the charts that any of these experts use, well, you can do that right here from the sample chart gallery. You can get those charts into your own account. Mutual funds, we've got a beautiful rates chart that David Keller and I put together. We've got some different breadth charts for things like the NYSE, advancers and decliners, NASDAQ, percentage of stocks above the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. Very cool charts in here. We're starting to get pretty creative and pretty obscure with some of these charts further down the page. We've got things like volatility and economic indicators. If you want to chart unemployment rates, well, you don't have to create that from scratch. Just come to the sample chart gallery and pick up that chart right from here. Even things like fundamentals. We've got a really cool S&P 500 earnings chart in here. Something that I actually look at on a weekly basis. I love this chart. It's very, very cool. And you can now go get this chart in just 2 clicks. Very, very cool. So the other thing to note about the sample chart gallery, again, this is kind of where we're starting with this feature. But the cool thing is that we're going to actually be adding to this really every month. We're going to be expanding the chart gallery. We're going to be adding new charts to this. It's going to continue to grow and expand over time. This is by no means a static feature. So trust me, you're going to be hearing a lot more about the sample chart gallery. I'm going to be reminding all of you, go check out the gallery. We've added new charts to that. I just added this really cool breadth chart that you definitely got to see. You're going to be hearing a lot of that. Dave Keller especially as well has been talking about how excited he is to add charts to this over time. I may have created a monster by building this feature, but we will have some fun expanding the sample chart gallery as we go. Rest assured, this thing is only going to grow. So we've got a ton of charts for you right now. The sample chart gallery is live and it is so exciting. Really, really excited to bring this to you. Again, a great way to get started with StockCharts, or even if you've been using StockCharts for years, you've got your process, you think you know it all, come over to the sample chart gallery, breeze through some of these charts that we've created. Maybe you don't know that StockCharts does unemployment rate charts. Well, now you do, and you can get that into your own StockCharts account. So really, really cool. And I'm just so excited to expand this thing over time. We're going to go nuts adding tons of charts in here for you. So it's going to be really fun to watch this evolve over time. Now, we've done a very similar thing with our sample scan library. So let's jump back over to the Charts and Tools page and take a look at how to access that feature, and we'll remind you how to access the sample chart gallery from there as well. All right, everyone, we are back on our Charts and Tools page. We're going to scroll down a little bit. Remember, you can access these different tools over on the right side of this page if the page is wide enough. You can get to the sample chart gallery and the sample scan library from right there under member tools, but you can also scroll down to that member tools section. We've got cards for sample chart gallery and for sample scan library. So for the sample scan library, we've done a very, very similar thing. Same exact concept, getting you up and running with scanning, just like we were getting you up and running with charting, without you having to really do any work. So let's jump over to that page now. All you got to do, give that link a click. And by the way, same thing with the sample chart gallery. It's right here under member tools for you. So we're going to load this page up. Here we are now on our sample scan library. Same concept. Same kind of page structure, actually. So these were kind of built at the same time. They're going to look very, very similar. We've got a couple of different categories across the top. And again, this is a feature that's only going to grow over time. You're going to hear a lot about new sample scans that have been added to the library, new things that you can go and browse. And again, the idea here is that it's really easy to get started with scanning without having to worry about writing any syntax. We hear this from users a lot. They say, I understand the power of the scan features. I understand that that's an incredible part of StockCharts, but I'm a little intimidated. I don't know how to get started. Where do I go? Well, this is now the answer. You come to the sample scan library and you start running some scans for sort of popular criteria. There's a ton here to go through. Frankly, it's a little intimidating when you first see this page. We are going to be expanding this with a search function that'll allow you to kind of narrow things down on the fly. So again, this is a tool that's going to grow and improve over time. We're going to continue to expand the list. We're also going to continue to add tools and features to this page. But there is a ton here. We've got things, again, kind of grouped by different categories and even subcategories in the case of the sample scan library. So things like technical indicators are separated into popular bullish scans and popular bearish scans. If you want to scan for things like new 52-week highs, this is a great place to go to do it. Things like gap ups, things like moving above an upper price channel, or on the bearish side, if you want to do gap downs or bearish MACD crossovers, those are right here for you. For any of the scans on this page, all you've got to do to run it is hit that big green run button. That's going to scan the entire universe of symbols on StockCharts and give you all the results for the scans that trigger that criteria. Now, the other cool thing you can do is actually edit any of these scans. So if you hit this edit button, that's going to take the criteria for something like new 52-week highs and load that into the scan workbench for you. So if you've been scanning for a long time, you've got your criteria, you can actually come to this page, check out any of the sample scans that are here, hit edit, and you can use that as a starting place. You can start to actually customize those scans from here using these as kind of a starting template. That means you can also combine different things from these different scans. You could click edit on two of these and then combine that criteria into two. Just copy and paste from one to the other one. You can start to put some of these scans together. So really, really easy to get up and running with scanning. Again, if you just want to run these and you don't want to worry about writing your own scan syntax or customizing the criteria at all, just hit that big green run button and you will be scanning. If you want to start to customize these, you can edit any of them on this page. Very, very cool. So again, we've organized these into different categories. We've got candlestick patterns, bullish and bearish and continuation patterns, single candle patterns, elder bar patterns, Ichimoku patterns, lots and lots of different groups on this page. We've also got P&F patterns, so bullish and bearish P&F patterns. You can run any of those if you're looking for things like a double top breakout on a P&F chart. You can start scanning for that. You can find stocks in one click that are making P&F double top breakouts. Very, very cool. The other great thing that we've added to this, similar to what we had on the sample chart gallery, we've actually added a from the experts area to the page. And again, this is something that's going to continue to evolve, continue to grow over time. We've already got a lot of the contributors, the writers, and the hosts of different StockCharts TV shows. We've got a lot of those contributors banging on the door saying, hey, I heard that you added this sample scan library. I want to add my scans in there. So again, this is just the starting place. We are going to continue to pack this full of more and more scans for you. But to start, we've got a couple favorite scans from Chip, our company president, Chip Anderson. David Keller threw one of his favorite scans in there, strong scooters in the technology sector. And then I loaded this thing up with a couple of the scans that I like to run on a weekly basis. All-time highs, 52-week highs, 9-month highs, mostly focused on the S&P 1500. That's kind of the area that I like to focus on. 1,500 stocks that I'm scanning. That is enough for me. If you can't find a single stock to buy at a 1,500, you got something wrong. So I like to scan in the S&P 1500. But you can see all of those scans, and again, run any of them, edit any of them. If you want to see the exact syntax that I've put together to find new 9-month highs below a 52-week high in the S&P 1500, you don't have to write that scan at all, and I don't have to send it to you. I can just send you right to this page. You can hit that edit button and start to customize that scan or see how the syntax is written. If you don't care about that, you just want to run it, well, hit the big green button. So very, very cool what we've done here with the sample scan library. Really similar, again, to the concept behind that sample chart gallery as well. Both of these available for you now on StockCharts. If you are a member, this is an incredible resource. Both of these incredible resources for you, and I'm so excited to see these grow over time. Again, we're going to be packing these full of more charts, more scans, giving you more stuff that you don't have to build yourself. We're going to do it for you. We are in the business of making things easier for you, so we're going to do that here with our sample chart gallery and our sample scan library. One thing, by the way, as we wrap up, if you're primarily an ACP user and you're saying, hey, I want to do some of this stuff in ACP, the ideas behind this was actually based on some of the features that already exist in ACP. We've got sample charts and sample layouts on the left side of the screen in ACP, and we've pre-built our predefined scans into the scanning window on the right side of ACP as well. So a lot of this kind of sample stuff already exists, and we've even added 2 sample layouts in ACP. If you go over to the sample layouts area on the left side of the screen, open up that layouts tab, look for sample layouts. We've actually added 2 new sample layouts from David Keller, some of his market trend model charts. So very, very cool stuff there. But if you are an ACP user and you're saying, hey, what does the sample chart gallery get me? Well, we're going to continue to expand the sample coverage in ACP as well. But you got a ton of great stuff over there already. So definitely go play around with that if you haven't. So I want to thank you so much for joining me on the show today. This is a really, really exciting time here at StockCharts. The end of the year, always exciting, but it's so cool to have another product launch coming out. We are so excited to bring these new tools and features to all of you. So excited to see these grow over time as well. And like I said earlier in the show, we're going to continue to cover more and more of these new features in the coming couple of weeks. So definitely look for more episodes of StockCharts in Focus, diving into different things like the mobile app, the earnings calendar, options view, some of those exciting new ACP features as well. We've got a ton to cover over the next couple of weeks here on StockCharts in Focus. So we're going to have a lot of fun diving into all the action, showing you what's new. In the meantime, go to stockcharts.com/new. Don't forget, you can read up on all these new tools and features, start to use them, start to incorporate them into your own process. Check out those release notes. There's a ton there for you. That'll definitely help you get started. And then we'll dig into each of those different features in the coming weeks on StockCharts in Focus. Before I let you go, I want to remind everyone right now we're running our holiday special. Another couple of weeks on this, and then it is gone until next holiday season. So definitely take advantage of that. StockCharts.com/special. That is the link you're going to want to go to take advantage of this offer. But up to 3 free months of StockCharts. Whether you're signing up for the very first time, you're joining as a member to take advantage of all these exciting features like the sample chart gallery, the sample scan library, or if you're an existing member and you're renewing your account or extending out into the future, in either case, you can get up to 3 free months of StockCharts right now, just for a limited time. So definitely go there. StockCharts.com/special. Take advantage of it. Get your free months. Enjoy the holiday season. Some savings going back to you. You can spend those on the family and the friends this holiday season, or spend them on yourself. You earned it. So anyways, my name is Grayson Roze, Vice President of Operations here at StockCharts.com. It's been great to be with you. Thank you so much for joining me on another edition of Stock Charts in Focus. We're going to have some fun in the next couple of weeks digging into more of these new Kameno product launch features. But in the meantime, go have some fun. Dig into that sample chart gallery. Dig into that sample scan library. Read through those release notes as well. But have some fun installing some of those sample charts into your own account, running some of those sample scans. You don't have to do a thing. Just click through some of those buttons and be off to the races. Advanced charts, advanced scans, you got them. So anyways, thank you all again. Hope you have a fantastic weekend, fantastic holiday season. I will see you again soon for another edition of Stock Charts in Focus. But until then, chart on, my friends.